Did Jungkook just send a secret message to fans about going on a solo tour right after dominating the US charts once more with 7? Or is there something even bigger going on behind the scenes that no one saw coming? Because something is definitely happening. And it's not just the fact that 7, yes, the same song that stormed the Billboard charts months ago, has made an impossible return, overtaking playlists, radio waves, and fan hearts across America again. The question isn't just why 7 is back. The real question is why now? Why here? And most importantly, what is Jungkook planning next? On the surface, it looks like a chart resurgence. But behind the numbers, the applause, and the millions of streaming replays, there's a pattern forming. A puzzle fans are starting to put together piece by piece. And if you're reading this, you're about to see something most people missed. Just days after being discharged from his military service, Jungkook's name suddenly erupted across US media platforms. It wasn't part of a comeback campaign. There was no marketing blitz, no official press release. Yet 7 began trending again, not just in South Korea, but across American pop culture in ways that felt almost choreographed, as if it were timed, deliberate, a whisper instead of a shout. A move only someone with immense confidence or a secret plan would make, and then came the moment that broke the silence. Jungkook's quiet interaction with fans on social media, the cryptic caption that simply read, "See you soon?" 2 words, 1 emoji, millions of armies frozen in place. Because it didn't feel like a tease. It felt like a signal. Could this really mean what fans are hoping for? Is Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, the global vocal powerhouse, about to go on a solo tour? Could 7 be more than a song but the beginning of a new era? The evidence is building. And the timeline might surprise you. Let's rewind. Back in 2023, when 7 first dropped, it shattered expectations. A sultry summer anthem with emotional undertones, it quickly climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. But what made it legendary was how deeply personal it felt. How Jungkook, without overexposure or overproduction, managed to pierce the American music market not with spectacle, but with sincerity. A rare feat, a lasting impact. But that was just the beginning. Because now, in 2025, 7 isn't just popular again, it's dominating. And there's no album release. No que la verás chance. No te ve interviews. It's just the song and the feeling it brings. As if the world suddenly remembered the magic it carried. As if something reawakened it. And here's where it gets stranger. Spotify metrics revealed a sudden and unexplainable spike in US streams over the past 14 days, particularly in major cities like Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and Atlanta. Shazam's searches skyrocketed. Radio programmers started slotting 7 into prime drive time playlists, calling it the comeback nobody predicted. Or maybe it was predicted. What fans started noticing next wasn't just numbers. It was signs. In a behind-the-scenes video from a recent private recording studio in Seoul, sharp-eyed viewers caught a glimpse of Jungkook rehearsing vocals, but not to a new track. He was singing 7, live, alone, in front of a mirror. Almost like he was preparing for something, and then came the subtle camera pan. A tour itinerary? A stage set list? Blurred, but visible just enough to spark global speculation. Could it be that Jungkook, rather than launching a new era, is taking us back to where it all began, to give 7 the live stage it never got? Because think about it, 7 never had a full solo tour. Despite its massive success, Jungkook was swept into BTS's group commitments and, eventually, his military service. He gave fans performances, yes, but not a dedicated journey. Not a night built around that song, that message, that emotional core. And now, he's freed and own military deadlines. No waiting, just a mic, a stage, and an army of fans begging to hear him live. If this is a build-up to a tour, it would be Jungkook's most personal project yet. And it would explain why he's letting 7 lead the way, not by accident, but by design. But here's the twist. The rumors suggest this won't be a typical tour. Not a stadium run, not a Vegas residency, but something more intimate. more powerful, more about connection than spectacle. Whispers suggest a limited city US tour, targeting smaller venues where every lyric echoes, where every fan can feel his voice up close, where the spotlight isn't on the fireworks but on the heart. And when asked, a source close to the label said, he's always wanted to do something raw, something real, something just for the fans. So is Jungkook planning a return by stepping forward solo? Or is this all part of something even bigger? Because there's one more clue that can't be ignored. A registration was quietly filed last week under a subsidiary label tied to Big Hit. The name of the event? 7 The Journey. It's still unconfirmed, but the date attached to it? July 14th, exactly 2 years to the day 7 was first released. Coincidence? Or the beginning of something unforgettable? One thing is certain. Whatever Jungkook is planning, he's doing it with precision. He's not shouting from rooftops. He's planting clues, letting the music speak, and maybe, just maybe, inviting the world to feel everything he's kept inside during those silent military days. So now, the only real question left is, are you ready to follow where 7 leads next? Because Jungkook hasn't said much. Not in a statement, not in a live stream, not in a single interview. Yet the world can feel it. Something is building. The clues are stacking up. The signs, no matter how small, are starting to point in one direction. A direction that leads to a stage, to a mic, and to one of the most emotional returns the music world has ever seen. So, what exactly is happening? Let's go back a little. After completing his military service, a quiet, disciplined chapter in Jungkook's journey, most expected a rest period. Maybe a few brand campaigns, some relaxed content, time to breathe. But instead, within days, Spotify reported over 6.5 million new daily streams of 7 in the US alone. Just in the US. Let that sink in. Was it nostalgia? Was it a sudden TikTok trend? Or was it orchestrated? Because if it was just organic, it wouldn't explain the eerie synchronicity between the stream spike and Jungkook's sudden cryptic post. See you soon? That moment cracked open the silence and left ARMY scrambling for meaning. Did he mean in a music video? In a live stream? At an event? Or on tour? Fans began dissecting every move he made. From the airport fashion to background posters and recent Bangtan bombs, every frame became potential evidence. Was that a tour rehearsal board blurred in the background? Was he humming 7 intentionally? Or was it a habit? Nothing felt accidental anymore. Because when Jungkook goes quiet and then lets his music speak, the message is always deeper than we think. The way 7 is returning isn't just impressive, it's poetic. The song was always about more than romance. It was about dedication, loyalty, timeless presence. And now, as it reclaims its throne, it feels like a metaphor. As if Jungkook is reminding us, I was always here, even when I was gone. But here's where the story takes a more emotional turn. Jungkook hasn't had a moment to fully own 7 in front of his fans. The original release came with packed schedules, whirlwind appearances, and the looming shadow of military enlistment. He barely had time to sit with the song, or perform it in the way he may have dreamed of. For someone as emotionally connected to his music as Jungkook, that unfinished chapter must have left a mark. And now, he may be ready to rewrite it. Could the resurrection of 7 be his way of reclaiming time? Rebuilding connection? Giving ARMY what they never got? A live, intimate experience of one of his most vulnerable songs. It's possible. More than possible. And if the reports are true, about those secret venue bookings in Los Angeles and the rumored pre-tour video shoot in Busan, then what we're witnessing is not a comeback. It's a continuation. A sequel. One that was always meant to happen. Even Billboard's latest editorials are hinting at it. One article read, "It's rare to see a song make a second run this strong, unless something big is coming." DJs are calling it the Jungkook effect. Streaming platforms are recurating playlists with 7 at the top. Even major retail brands are licensing it again for summer campaigns, signaling a renewed wave of cultural presence. But why this secrecy? Because this time, Jungkook might want to let the music do the talking. Not the headlines, not the announcements, just the feeling. Fans are speculating that if he is planning a tour, it will begin without a formal press tour. No hype machine, no label-mandated drama. Just an Instagram story, a soft launch, and an unforgettable show, because that's what makes Jungkook different. He doesn't chase moments, he creates them. Quietly, masterfully, with emotional precision, and maybe that's why 7 is leading the way once again. It's not just a song, it's a message, a memory, a promise. And now it feels like that promise is finally being fulfilled. So what comes next? Will Jungkook drop new music before he tours? Will 7 become the centerpiece of an emotional stage journey across America? Or will we be surprised with an even deeper layer? A documentary, a fan project, a live album? Whatever it is, it's coming. The signs are too strong. The numbers are too high. The silence is too loud. And the moment is almost here. That's what's happening right now in the ARMY world. As 7 climbs the charts again without warning, without marketing, without new visuals, fans across the globe are caught in a wave of emotional confusion and hope. Jungkook hasn't said a word more. He hasn't confirmed anything. And yet, it feels like he's talking louder than ever. The post that shook everything, just 2 words, "see you soon," wasn't just cryptic. It was personal. Because this isn't a usual pop star comeback. This isn't a flashy teaser with countdowns and interviews. This feels different. And fans know it. Across social media, one theme is dominating every conversation. What is Jungkook planning? Underneath that question are threads thousands of comments long. Emotional, desperate, excited, and above all, deeply connected. Because this isn't just about a solo tour anymore. This is about closure, reunion, healing, and no one knows this better than ARMY, the global fandom that's walked every high and low with Jungkook for over a decade. Some fans are posting old performance clips of 7, watching them over and over, saying things like, "It never got its moment. Maybe this is it." Others are finding hidden messages in his past lyrics, interviews, and even wardrobe choices. One fan even zoomed into a necklace he wore last week and found the number 7 engraved into the pendant. Coincidence? Or another clue? The theories are growing more complex. And more emotional. One viral video theory, which has already passed 3 million views on TikTok, analyzes Jungkook's last few Wever celebs before military enlistment. In it, the creator points out how Jungkook repeatedly mentioned wanting to perform 7 more, the way it deserves, he said softly. At the time, most didn't think much of it. But now, that clip is hauntingly powerful, especially because just a few days ago, another clip emerged. It's not official. It's grainy. It was likely taken without permission. But it shows Jungkook in what appears to be a closed dance studio. There's no music, just his voice. And he's rehearsing the chorus of 7 again. Same gestures, same emotion, same longing. The only difference, this time, it looks like he's crying. And that one video changed everything. Suddenly, the fan theories became something else entirely. They weren't just speculation. They became protection. Fans started trending hashtags like hashtag protect Jungkook, hashtag we waited for you, and hashtag 7 deserves its stage. Not because they demanded a tour, but because they felt he needed one. To heal, to be seen. To finally finish the moment that got interrupted by duty, timing, and silence. And perhaps that's why this moment matters so much. Because Jungkook didn't just drop a song and disappear. He left behind a trail of feelings. And now he's coming back, but not with noise or marketing. He's returning through emotion, through memory, through music, which leads us back to the bigger question, why is this all happening so quietly? That silence might be the message. Because what Jungkook is doing right now feels intimate, sacred. Almost like a secret being shared between him and the fans, and no one else. And maybe that's exactly what he wants. One Korean fan wrote in a Weverse post that went viral. Jungkook always said he's not good with words. So now he's speaking through music, through movement, through 7. And that's enough. But is it? Because the clues keep coming, and the silence keeps getting louder. Earlier this week, fans spotted a black van outside HYB's headquarters with tinted windows and a driver who refused to answer questions. That might not mean anything until the next morning when a box of custom tour microphone stands was seen being delivered to the building. The label denied everything, but no one believed them because they know Jungkook. And they know he wouldn't do anything halfway. If a solo tour is coming, even a small one, it will be carefully crafted, emotionally precise. Every light, every song, every second will have meaning. And that's why fans aren't just guessing anymore. They're preparing, booking time off, making travel plans, crying at the thought of seeing him live again. Because for them, it's not just a concert. It's a reunion, a closure, a beginning. The moment they've waited for, through enlistments, goodbyes, and silent nights. So now, the question lingers in the air like a final note at the end of a song. When he says, "See you soon," does he mean tomorrow, next month, or something we're not ready for? And will we be ready, emotionally, when the curtain finally rises?